What's up, everybody? George from SME here. And guess what? Football is back. And I know that everybody out there is rooting for their favorite NFL or college football team. And I think you can tell that I'm really hoping that my Bucks take it to the house for a second year in a row, get that back-to-back Super Bowl championship. And in fact, all of the SME team members are really excited about their football teams. So we thought it'd be fun to get some data and collaborate on it and see what insights we can discover. Because, you know, data, just like football, is a team sport. So let me show you what we put together. So first, let's start with the data itself. So I went to fantasydata.com and found this great data set about NFL team stats. So you've got offense and defense for all of the teams and a lot of metrics like points per game, plays, yardage, first down, third down attempts. And what we were able to do is we used our SME magic with a little help from our friends at Matillion and brought this into our data warehouse. So now that it's into our data warehouse, we can go over into Data.World and start working with the data. So since it's built on a knowledge graph, all I have to do is start typing in NFL at the top, and there's my 2020 regular season data set. So I went ahead and built this as a live connection directly into our data warehouse, our Snowflake data warehouse. So you've got our offense and defense, and then our cleaned up table that includes all the different data points. Now, I went ahead and added some metadata with this data set. So I gave it a description, I tagged the summary, and you can see that it was approved. So what does that mean? So even though I'm the steward and the tech owner, I still needed to have somebody verify that the data was accurate. So that's where Jack came in, and he was able to say, yep, this is good data, we can use this for the team. And you can see here that I've also tagged it with NFL and football, because if someone searches that, again, knowledge graph, they're able to easily access that data set. Now down here, I actually have a business term associated with this data set. It's called red zone. And that's just because I know that some people on the team may not know what that means. Now I can click and go into it, but let me show you the other way of getting to it. So if I hop into my organization, SME Solutions Group, you can see here that I've got a bunch of different collections. Now, these all include business glossary terms that are used throughout the organization. And I have a football collection now. So you can see here that I have metadata associated with that. I have the red zone down here. And this is where I can describe red zone to my team and give it some more context. So gave it a description about being inside the 20-yard line on the opponent's side, gave it a summary, and you can see here that it's linked back to the data set, so I can hop right back in. So now that we have this data, what can we do with it? Well, you can see over down here that I created a project for this data set, and projects are really where Data.World takes off. And this is where we're actually going to collaborate. So you can see here that I have this nice little overview of my project, but really what I want to do is I want to go in and launch the workspace, because this is where the magic happens. So over here, you can see I can go to the project summary, I can customize it, let people know what the project's all about. And then really important is I gave it a data dictionary. So similar to the business glossary, I wanted to go ahead and show what each of the different fields represented so that they know what metric is actually being tracked and really what is the context behind it. So with that, I also wanted to bring more data in. So I went ahead and uploaded an Excel file that has each of the teams with their conference and their division, because that's going to add a little bit more meat to the data. So once I have this, I'm able to run queries and build analysis on it. So I went ahead and ran some ahead of time. And you can see that I'm actually blending not only the Snowflake data, but with the Excel data. So federated queries, and I'm able to get aggregated results blazingly fast. And then I also went ahead and added one for the divisions and the teams for offensive points per game. Now, the cool thing about this is that I can open this in my favorite BI tool, such as Power BI, open it in Excel. If you want to run data science, you can do it in Jupyter, but I actually opened it with a chart builder and built a nice little chart right here in Data.World that I could easily add to my project. And you can see that's as a project file right here. So now my team can get talking about it. So let's go ahead and go back to the main project page, because I saw the other day that there's been activity. My team is actually interacting and we're working with the data and they're finding insights in it. So let's go ahead and look at the discussion that they're having. So I created this thread, just pretty much welcoming the team saying, hey, let's share the data insights here. And it looks like Ron thinks the data's off. He thinks the Eagles are the greatest team in the NFL and we should look at the data quality. Well, I think Ron needs to take it up with Jack because Jack verified that data. And then Michael's talking about the Bears. Nicole, she thinks he's a Browns fan. And Michael's like, no, I'm grew up in Cleveland, but his home team is Chicago, and he's saying the Bucs are overrated. Nicole thinks we're Tampa Bay. So as you can see, we're actually arguing with the data. We're having a discussion, and that's really what's healthy for businesses, is to not only just visualize the data, but have that conversation around it so that they can collaborate. So I think that this is great, guys. I think that we're able to really get some fun insights into the football here, but as you can see, Data.World can be applied to your business across any organization, any line, and help you take that get that time to insight much faster. So thanks for watching, everybody. If you want to learn more about SME, Data.World, or my football picks, reach out to me at info@smesgroup.com. Have a good one.